All right, team, today we're going to be doing a 2015 Kia Optima, both O2 sensors. We've got one right here for the upstream, and then if you follow this cable right down here and then go down here, and then there's the other right there. One before and one after the catalytic converter. Couldn't get pretty much here in the parking lot real quick. This job shouldn't take long to do, so we're going to go ahead and take care of this real fast. So we have, these are the tools you're going to end up using or possibly use. Obviously a breaker bar just in case they're on there pretty quick, wrench. Now this O2 socket, now they sell different types of these. This is the one I use, is going to be on there. And then just in case if anything gets stubborn, tabs off or anything like that, we'll use a screwdriver here. So let's go ahead and get this started. All right, so here we are in the front of the car. Go back here, and then pretty much what you want to do is follow these lines, and then there's the connections right there, the two closest to the firewall of the cabin of the vehicle. So what we're gonna do is come in here, push the little tabs, push those out. Tabs, a little stuck. There we go. Pull these out of the little grooves that hold them in. That way we can get these off easier. So now both connections are loose. So now we're gonna go ahead and undo the O2 sensors. So the one on the bottom is gonna be pretty easy. With this, it's gonna be a little tight with that cylinder that's around it. Basically all that does is protect it from the heat of the outside of everything getting hot. So what you're gonna do is put that right in there. Obviously, get that in there like that. It's in. Just give it a little tap. So that way it's in place. And like I said, they're stuck pretty good in there. So what we'll do first is try the breaker bar and then switch over to the ratchet. All right, as you can see, I got the breaker bar on here. I'm gonna try to turn it. Oh, actually, it wasn't even that tight. So obviously you wanna make sure that's all loose, so that way you can unscrew it. Let's get the breaker bar off of there, and then we can undo it by hand. Okay, move the socket. Okay, so I guess it's a little tight in there, so you know what, let's grab the ratchet, get this adapter off. All right, here's the old one on the top right there. So that burntness and all that carbon buildup, it's all from the heat of the engine. So in here, pretty much what these things do, this tells the computer how much air and how much gas the engine needs for it to go ahead and run properly. So what we're gonna do now is get the new one and then install that, and then go for the one on the bottom. So same process with the lower one. Just end up using just the ratchet and the O2 sensor socket. But this one's a lot worse than the other. So obviously you can go ahead and replace one at a time, but I always prefer just to swap out all the O2 sensors at the same time. This way you know exactly when it was installed. Then you can kind of go from there with the if yours has any warranty or return policy or anything like that. So now let's go ahead and get the new ones in. So here's the downstream O2 sensor. I'm gonna be putting in, so obviously these you wanna go ahead and start off with hand tightening. And then before you go ahead and connect the connectors, you want to go ahead and make sure that they're on there snug. So you have this little crush washer right here, which should go ahead and make a good seal. These things are one-time use, so if your old O2 sensors have them, which they more than likely do, you gotta make sure that you have those. You cannot reuse the old ones because it won't give it a good seal. So if you don't have them, go to your local auto parts store. They should have some there for you to be able to purchase. So let's go ahead and get this in here. So we'll reach down here. Let's see if we can get you guys down here a little better. So it's gonna go right in there. And like I said, you're gonna screw it in my hand. So it's in there by hand right now. Yeah, I just kind of click the wire right there, just so way it's out of the way and I'm easy access, so that way I can go ahead and plug it back in there. So now we're gonna go ahead and put this one in. And like I said, you just wanna hand tighten. All right, so that's hand tight in there. Now we can go ahead and snug those in and then get them all connected, start the car, clear the code, run it, and you should be all good. And then, like I said, you want to make sure that socket goes all the way down there. And that's good. So now we're going to go ahead and do the one on the bottom. All right, team, now it's all back together. The connections are in. They're both in right there in the slots that they should be in. Wires are all connected there, so it's all good. Honestly, like, doing this kind of job is real simple, guys. There's nothing real complicated about it. You go to a shop or a dealership or whatever, they charge you $300-$400 for this job. It took us just what, less than an hour to do. That's pretty much it. Now we're gonna put the cover back on. Make sure you line up with these 4 holes here on these studs right here. Once you get those rear ones in, all you gotta do is really snap them down and it'll be all good. So let's go ahead. Obviously the hole here, the hole cap. So we're line up that first hole. Second hole should line straight up, or down, and then that's it. So all done. So now we'll get the OBD2 reader and clear the code. All right, team, so your OBD2 port is right here. What you'll do is remove this little flap here, fuse, and then it says it right here, OBD2. Just pull that off, connect your device, which I did. And we'll run the diagnostic. Obviously you want to do it with it all on. And then right now, reading complete. No codes. But just to be on the safe side, just in case it's not showing there, we'll hit OK. read codes, ECU 1, no codes, go back, ECU 2, no codes. So that did it. We're all good. And that's pretty much it. So if you guys went ahead, and if this helps at all, you know, just give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. Like I said, I'm going to be going ahead and doing a few more videos on my daily driver and a couple other vehicles coming up, so stay tuned.